There can be little doubt that the original rumours of ghosts haunting Oxney Bottom sprang from the activities of smugglers who were rife in this area in the 18th century. Stories of ghosts of dead highwaymen and mysterious ghost carriages would have provided an excellent smokescreen for the nefarious goings-on that probably centred around the ruined church that had become a barn or storage place for goods in the middle of the deep dark woods of Oxney. Who would actually have a use for a barn in such an inaccessible and fearful location other than people who wish their activities to remain secret? The Deal area and nearby St Margaret's Bay were notorious for smuggling during the 18th century, and a hideaway in the depths of Oxney Bottom would suit the villains perfectly, especially as legends of ghosts would keep people away. It has been recorded that even the sexton of the Church of St Margaret's Bay was involved in the smuggling, hiding the contraband in the bell tower of the church until it could safely be moved to another location, most likely the ruined chapel at Oxney. The desecrated church at Oxney now had a thatched roof, and all of its windows and doors had been blocked up, with the exception of one small doorway, presumably the one that remains to this day. There is a rumour of at least one murder occurring here that was related to the smuggling activity, and all this would contribute to the reputation that Oxney was a dangerous and hideous place to visit, especially the ruined church. Ordinary folk would have told and retold the legends of the ghost of the dead highwayman and the mysterious phantom stagecoach and horses until they became accepted as fact. The dark gloom of the woods, together with the sinister reputation it had acquired, served to keep people away.
Good evening everyone. As you can see, I'm joined by Mark and the very lovely Candice. This is going to be the Tom Outdoors Halloween Wild Camp of 2019. So happy Halloween everyone. You're probably wondering, where are we? We are in Kent tonight, and we are in an extremely haunted wood apparently, Oxney Bottom Woods, and we're going to be wild camping, well trying to anyway, right next to the ruins of an old chapel that's hidden deep in the woods. So deep dark woods. There's a hell of a lot of ghosts apparently that haunt the woodland. I'll tell you more about that in the video, such as the Grey Lady, the highwayman that was hung here. A lot of sightings throughout the years, and yeah, the chapel apparently is pretty haunted as well. So it's sort of a bit of a stealth camp. I mean, yeah, we've got a few bits that would probably give us away. Like all wild camping, we're not really meant to be here, but people do come here and ghost hunt and whatnot. That's not really what we're going to be doing tonight, although Mark has downloaded an app on his phone that's a ghost detector. We'll be showing you that later, having a laugh with that. Me and Candice have got the OEX Puma 2-man tent, just because we got scared at the 11th hour and went, let's take the 2-man tent and we can huddle in there in fear. Mark's got what tent have you got again?
Nature Hike Tagger 1.
A Nature Hike Tagger 1, just in case you couldn't hear that. There is a road right near us, the Deal to Dover road. Yeah, so we've got tents. We've got my Lomo 3x3 metre tarp as well. We're going to set that up between the trees because we are forecast a hell of a lot of rain. Pretty much all night into the morning. Yeah, we're going to see how it goes anyway, but this could be quite a spooky camp. We've got loads of Halloween treats and stuff, and I've also got 2 giant pumpkins from Deal. Anyway, so we're going to start getting set up now, set the tarp up before the rest of the rain turns up, and I will show you the chapel a little bit later on.
At some point during the 1700s, the youngest son of a Deal innkeeper took advantage of the winding and gloomy nature of the highway through Oxney to launch a career as a highwayman. He would hide behind the trees and step out in front of the Dover coach, robbing its passengers of all their jewellery and money at gunpoint. He had the traditional sense of honour and never robbed the ladies. Eventually he was ambushed by 2 constables from Dover, and after his trial he was hanged in chains on a tree at the site of his exploits. He is the first ghost reputed to walk these gloomy woods. Writings from riders on the Dover stagecoach refer to Oxney Bottom and its dark pervading gloom. Apparently it was a stopping point for watering the horses and allowing the passengers to stretch their legs on the journey between Dover and Deal. No recent evidence has come to light to show that this ghost still walks the woods, although a medium with Thanet Ghost Watch claims to have made contact with him during a nighttime séance at the ruined church. He is identified as Thomas Sapperg, who was hanged aged 36 in 1757 and supposedly was of unsavoury character. This contrasts with our own research that portrayed him as a possibly tragic character who was forced to his actions by poverty and never committed robbery against any ladies. Thanet Ghost Watch places the gibbet to the south of Oxney Woods on what would have been the main footpath in the 18th century. The possibility that the Grey Lady ghost exists has earned Oxney the reputation of being one of the most haunted places in Kent. There are many accounts of her sweeping out in front of cars at night as they drive through the woods. Startled drivers swerve to avoid her and end up crashing their vehicles. Certainly, there have been many accidents and fatalities recorded on this particular stretch of road. One account from several years ago describes her as an old lady dressed in a dark grey cloak hobbling along the near side of the road. A writer said that as he passed her, she appeared to go into the thick undergrowth alongside the verge. Tradition has it that the Grey Lady was a woman killed in an accident by a horse and cart either on the main road or the road approaching Oxney Court while fetching water. In 1967, the Kent Messenger printed an account from one of its readers describing how the Grey Lady had apparently boarded a double-decker bus and had been seen climbing the stairs to the upper deck. When the bus conductress went upstairs to collect the fare, there was nobody there. The bus had not stopped, so no one could explain where she had gone. Could this account be a retelling of an earlier story from Christmas 1958, reported by the East Kent Mercury, when the conductor of a double-decker bus heading for Deal had a similar experience? I was inside the lower deck, Tom Relf recounted, when the bus stopped at Oxney Bottom. A lady dressed in dark clothes boarded the vehicle and went upstairs. When Tom went up to collect the fare from this person, there was no new passenger to be seen. He commented to one of the passengers that he was sure he had seen a woman board the bus and come upstairs. The man said he had seen her and that she was sitting behind him. However, there was nobody there at all. On arrival in Deal, his bus driver confirmed that he had indeed made a stop to pick up a passenger dressed in dark clothes at Oxney. Again, no other stop had been made in that area, so there was no possible explanation for the disappearance. Those that claim to have seen the apparition say that her face is very sad, even mournful, and she disappears very quickly.
Welcome back everyone. It's about 7 PM now. We've set the shelters up, so me and Candice have got the OEX Puma 2 tonight, nice solid tent, and it is keeping the rain off. Then, nice flat spot as well, by the way, really good. The chapel is somewhere there, over there in the darkness. Then Mark's tent here is a nature hike tent. It's the Tagger 1, I believe, and it's sort of similar to a Helm 1 Wild Country that I've got, and a Van Gogh Blade 100, which I had and sold to John in Suffolk. As you can see, yeah, that's the sort of shape of it. So it looks a really good little tent actually. He's not put the guy lines on it because you don't really need them. And then check this out. This is our communal area under my Lomo 3x3 metre tarp. We've utilised this massive tree here and another tree there. So we've just run a ridge line out through the centre of the tarp, and then we can sit underneath it. The rain is actually conveniently running off of it. We've guided it down to sort of points where the rain can run off. And then under here, apologies if I blind anyone, there's my chair, there's a table with all the goodies on. Here's Mark with his scary mask on.
It's not me, is it? Could be anybody.
And then next to him he's got his shrine, which is a tribute to Alan! Alan's here in skeletal form. I told you I'd bring Alan back, everyone. There he is. And here's Candice, looking radiant. Sorry I'm blinding her. And then I've got some glittery pumpkin garlands strung up through the centre of the tarp. And I've got some little lanterns. And then we've got some scary tape as well. Mark's got some zombie infested area tape over the back where Alan is, and then behind him I've got some caution, enter if you dare tape and some keep out tape. We've got a pumpkin carving kit there, which can only mean one thing. There's the giant pumpkins, and there's Candice's foot. I know she's small, but that goes to show you how big these pumpkins are. 2 for a £5 in deal. Brilliant. That was a deal. Me and Candice have got old moot cider, berries and cherries, a fruity little number to try out. Then me and Mark, well, I got Mark one of these Strongbow cloudy apples. There we go. Yep, we've got one of those each, so Candice will be sharing these now. I've been drinking far too many of these this week, and they're really good. They're actually quite tasty for Strongbow cider. The treats, Mark has got some Cadbury mini bonfire logs. Thinking ahead to a bonfire night. Are they Halloween Jaffa cakes?
Should be, yeah.
Oh, they look brilliant. We've got lots of sugar and just stuff. I've got some Mr. Kipling Terrifying Toffee Whirls. I've ate some. I ate some. I've got some Sainsbury's Spooky Milk Chocolate Hollow Shapes.
Oh.
And then my old Dot, my mother, kindly got these for the camp, she said. These are for the camp, for YouTube, bless her. Some Halloween Magic 6 Halloween crackers.
They look really cool, don't they?
They're pretty nifty, aren't they? Yeah, she come through good. We have got normal food. Mark's got a pasta bolognese Wayfarer meal, I spy through there.
Yep.
A breakfast. Oh, sorry, yeah, Mark's got a hobgoblin. There we go, you can sort of just about make it out. Hobgoblin Gold Beer, 4.5%. Quite a creepy little bloke on there. That's the rain. And then this one's quite appropriate. A ghost ship, or as Suffolk Dan calls it, a goat shit. So, I know, a goat shit, yeah. So 4.5%. Southwold's finest. Ghost ship, yeah. It's quite appropriate. Sam suggested that one to you, didn't she?
Yep.
Yep, cheers Sam. Hello. And what else have we got? Oh yeah, we've got loads of tea lights from Poundland, from Deal. Another Deal. Yep, they're going to go in the pumpkins, which I'm going to get carving in a minute. We've got to crack a cider open first and have a little nibble on some Halloween treats. We'll cook some food up later. Candice has got some tuna. Will you be reviewing it?
No.
You won't, she's just going to scoff it. Okay, that's fine, that's alright. Says no artificial sweeteners, flavours or colours. There we go. What percentage is it? You want to crack yours open, Mark, or
Yeah.
a drink? 4%. 4%. There we go. Cheers everyone to a brilliant camp. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
And Cheers. Oh,
Cheers.
and
Hang on.
cheers. Go on, you have a sip. See what you think. Oh, I don't know. I think his normal face is scarier.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's a good cider, isn't it? Apologies for the wind. I haven't got the microphone in at the moment. It's good, isn't it?
I like that cider. It's good.
Lovely cider, yeah.
Oh, it's lovely.
Excellent. Cheers, everyone. Well done, Mark, and well done, Candice, for getting us here and setting everything up. We've worked as a good little team, we have, to get all this done. So we're going to kick back for a couple of minutes, chill out, and we'll get back to you shortly. We've earned this, and a sit down. Okay, everyone, I'm having a little practice here of some survival skills. Look, the rain is dripping conveniently off the tarp, and I thought I'd fill up a pot. And we've got 6 litres of water with us anyway, but I thought it can't hurt to practice these skills. Bear Grylls, nowhere. Seriously, I don't need to get me cock out or drink my own piss. Look at that. Brilliant, anyway. I mean, I'll do it for the views. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I mean, Mark said, of course, watch out for any debris and stuff that comes off the trees. We'll still have to purify it, but we've been tucking into these little hollow, spooky shaped things like this alien, a little ghost, a witch. I think it's Dracula, but I think it looks more like Prince. Purple Rain. It looks like Prince.
Purple rain.
Except with the tits.
Purple rain.
Morticia?
Don't, we'll get done for copyright, Mark.
Oh, sorry.
Singing that, especially with Prince, yeah. We've been having some of these Jaffa cake bars, they're really nice. We finished these pretty quickly. There's only 4 left because I ate some. And we've nearly finished a side already. We've sat here for about 5-10 minutes and ploughed through quite a bit. Another bag of them though, we'll save them for a bit. Anyway, I'm going to see how much water I can collect in my little pot there. I'll get carving the pumpkins in a minute. I've got the carving kit. Where is it? I'm like a big kid at Halloween, it's great. So we've got some stencils, knock them up, get the tea lights in them, bosh. It's all good so far. This tarp is leaking a bit, but then I have had it for 5 or 6 years, I don't know how long. Look, there's water coming through it. It could just need seam sealing or something, I don't know, but I'm probably going to treat myself to a new tarp. I like the look of the DD Super Light tarp, or the OEX Bush Pro tarp, I think it's called, or something like that. Nice sort of khaki colour, yeah. I like the look of them too, so I will decide. I'm sure you'll all say get the DD, Tom, get the DD, but I am tempted to get the OEX one. We'll cut the top off it first. I don't know why I'm telling you, because you probably all know how to do this. Yeah, that's the scoop, time for the scoop, thank you, glamorous assistant. You alright? It's a bit grim, doesn't it? There we go, inside. Everyone get in the comments, what can you make with a pumpkin? There you go.
You can make pumpkin and squash soup, which is very nice.
Yep.
And you can make pumpkin pie.
Yep.
I think you can make pumpkin curry, I think so.
Oh.
I think so. That's about it, that's all I know.
Okay, we've hollowed out the inside of the pumpkin now. That's all empty. I've buggered the lid up a little bit so that I might have to ditch that because it keeps falling in. Next we're gonna, I suppose that's a bit dirty that side, we'll go with that bit there on the front. My survival water's working. I've nearly got a 750ml pot full up. Brilliant. We've got a normal face. We've got a really happy face with eyebrows. Looks like my old geography teacher. we've got one with really big eyebrows that sort of looks like a pervert really. I've just seen some boobs. And a standard pumpkin face, I think. And then we've got one that looks like he's either had that, like a sherbet lemon, or he's taking ecstasy or something. So what one, Mark, what one should we do?
The eyebrows.
The one, what, my old geography teacher? Yeah. Right, the one on the left, that's the one that looks like my old geography teacher.
Freaky.
Is it? Okay. Stick that on there. We'll cut out all the shapes. Right, we've got the rough outline on the pumpkin. So we're just going to start making the incisions. Right, it's time to poke the eyes and the bits through. There we go, it's sort of a bit crude at the moment, but I want to give a shout out to Step Away From The Screens as well, Lee. Well done mate, you've passed 2,000 subscribers. I think he's going to do really well, so if you've not heard of him already, check him out. Step Away From The Screens. Really, really funny bloke. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's pretty good. We'll just sort of tidy it up a little bit and then we'll get some candles in it. The eyebrows are a bit naff, but oh well. There we go. That's full up 750ml of rainwater. Brilliant. Yeah, the pumpkin is done. Look at that. Definitely looks like my old geography teacher. Yes. Cue the Halloween theme tune. Get in. There we go. Now it's Halloween. Now it's Halloween. Excellent. So Mark is using his ghost detector app, and it's not him.
It's not Mark.
It's not him.
It's not Mark.
Mark is avoiding taxis. That's why he's covering his face up. You're not really. Anyway, yeah. So he's got this stupid app, and he's been talking, you know, going, "Oh, if anyone's there, would you like to say hello through this?" and stuff, and these bleeps started going, boop, boop. You can hear it possibly just in the background. Bring it over here so we can.
It's this slope at the moment.
Slope?
I don't know what that means. Perhaps we're on a slope. And I'm going to get
there. Brilliant. So yeah, if anyone's here, would you like to say hello to us through this?
Hello.
The magnetic fields is detecting apparently.
Yeah. See them on the telly.
So, if you are here, would you answer yes? Good thing you didn't pay any money for this, Mark. It's a load of shit.
It's not me though.
Apparently there's words coming up on the ghost.
In a word history, this
Right.
round, slope,
Round,
memories, fight.
round, slope, memories and fight. We'll have to take a trip up to the chapel in a minute, and you could use that there, Mark. So I've got one pumpkin done, and I'll be doing another one a little bit later on. I think we should maybe we should crack open some of the Halloween magic crackers. Right, Candice, do you want to pull one first? Go on, pull my cracker. There you go, go on, you have that one. Tell us what's in it. We've got a little hat, like a little Christmas hat. Oh, don't lose the joke. Oh, let me have a look. What is that? That's is that meant to be like a little, so it looks like a nail through your finger? Yeah, look. That's it, there you go, that'll fit your fingers a bit better. It's quite small. Go on. Which ghost is the best dancer? The boogeyman. There we go. Is that all you got, yeah? Excellent, right. We're not going to put the hats on because they'll probably just blow away. Oh, this is awful, this, sorry, apologies. Right, Mark, do you want to pull one as well? Or whoever you are. Alan. You're like a big kid, aren't you? Go on. Pull. He's got a hat as well. And a joke. What's a monster's favourite dessert? Ice cream. Almost as bad as the Christmas ones. Go on, what toy have you got in there? What is that? It's a fake spider in it. I don't know, hang on. No, it's an octopus. Yeah, it's an octopus. Or an alien of some kind. I don't know. Finally, I'll pull one with Candice. Well, I keep getting them all the time, bloody hell. I didn't think that popped either. There we go. Yeah, we've got our little hat. And, the joke, right. Who won the skeleton beauty contest? Nobody. Oh, that's awful. Right, anyway, and what have I got? Oh, I've got some stickers, brilliant. I'm keeping them. I'm such a big kid, excellent. I'll put them on my water bottle. Anyways, yeah, happy Halloween again, everyone. Tonight's stove is the OEX Takana, sort of jet boil knockoff. And I've got the OEX wind blocker, just because I feel that kind of helps this stove in strong winds. It's actually still struggles a little bit. I've got another cup there that's full up with rainwater. This is rainwater I'm boiling up, by the way. It's a little bit green, but I'm going to purify it and maybe filter it through like a towel or something, but I think it'll be alright, to be honest with you. I'm going to try it, as long as it's boiled, a good rolling boil, it should be alright. I've now got my down jacket and my softies on underneath the rain trousers, a lot warmer, because we were getting cold, me and Candice, so we've wrapped up. She still looks a bit cold, and we've got our wellies on as well. We've got boots and walking shoes with us, but to be fair, everywhere around the tents is turning into a bit of a mud bath, so the wellies are kind of a necessity. They're quite comfy though. I think it might be time to crack open the old mooch cider, berries and cherries. When it gets a bit later on, we're going to take a trip up to the chapel, which is literally, how many metres away would you say? 20-30 metres away? Yeah, not far, so tents are holding up really well. It was so warm inside the tent, I can't wait to go sleep in that. But yeah, we're dryish at the moment because the tarp is leaking, as I said. You can just see how windy it is. No, it's all good though. We'll have a boil on soon. look at all of that froth coming up on top of that. Lovely. I'm going to have to filter that. I've just done myself a hot chocolate, Cadbury's hot chocolate with the rainwater that I've collected. And then what I did was I got this little microfiber dishcloth and I sort of wrapped it around the top, and then I just poured it through that, and it just sort of caught all the little bits of debris and stuff. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but it looks good, it looks fine. Of course, anything I make for Candice, I will use the proper water, just in case there's anything wrong with it, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So we've cracked open the berries and cherries. What did you think of it?
Very nice.
It's nice, yeah?
Yeah.
I think we've had it before, yeah. It's a 4%er. Right, it's gone 9 o'clock now. I started hollowing out the giant pumpkin. Got the other one behind me. So we've got to pick the stencils. I'm going to let Candice pick this one. Right, I'll get carving this one. I won't bore you with that, and I'll show you the finished results in a bit. So Mark has got a little update, or are you, Mark? He's not going to get. Oh, he's going to get the mask. Mark, we've seen you already.
It's not Mark.
The tax man's got you. You're done for, mate. Anyway, Mark was trying out his ghost detector, and we was getting a lot of different names and some words coming up through it, and it would suddenly make this weird noise and go, and then it would, like, a word would come up on the screen. We had Norman, Alice, William, Elijah or something. Who else did we get? A few names, and there was like words like scare, hide, circle, crash, wreck. Feed them was good. I thought it meant that maybe it was time for me to do some food, yeah, so he said, you want some pumpkins? I mean, look, honestly, I'm not saying I believe in any of this stuff. I keep an open mind, but I think a lot of ghost hunting stuff, I just don't believe it. I think it's a load of bollocks, but it was a bit of a laugh anyway, wasn't it, for a free app?
I made sure I said goodbye.
Yeah, Mark was really polite and stuff, and just in case it was real, you know. And
I'd be too pleased with my mask, though.
And then it said allow, didn't it?
It did.
And then when I tried to light the fire in the pumpkin, it allow, scare, and happy. Oh, happy, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they don't mind us being here. I think that's... No, they think we're good wild campers, which is good. And yeah, we will take all our rubbish with us. Candice is in the tent at the moment. She was getting a bit cold and tired. She's not had a lot of sleep, bless her, lately, so she needs her sleep. So me and Mark are going to stay out of here for a little bit. It's been good though. There's Candice's new chair, her Outad chair, Halloween colours, look. About £11.50 off eBay, brand new. I picked that up for her, and yeah, it's a nice little chair. Okay, we look like a couple of Smurfs.
Yeah, I know.
So it's the OEX Puma. Candice is just all dozing in there. So it's coming up to midnight, and you know what that means? It's time to go up to the chapel, have a little look around, and see what we can see or hear with Mark's ghost detector. So we've had a couple more drinks now, so we're ready. Be fine. We'll see if Alice, William, Norman, Elijah.
Yeah, something like that.
Elijah's probably going to be pissed off with me because I got their name wrong. Sorry. But yeah, so we're going to have a butcher's up there, and then it's going to be time to hit the hay, I think, because it's cold out here. Tired. I'm probably going to cook a little bit of food in the tent. I've got a flameless ration heater, and yeah, get some sleep. So it's been really good fun. But let's see what's at the chapel. There it is. Yep. there we go. So Mark's got his ghost detector out, and we're at the chapel. It's like Ghostbusters, isn't it?
We're at the chapel. Is there anybody here that would like to talk to us at all? Just to say hello. We mean you no harm.
Yeah, we mean no harm.
We're just here.
All that jazz.
We're just here for the history.
The history. That's been the quote of the camp, isn't it?
Yes.
We're just here for the history. Right, we're approaching the doorway of the chapel now. Got this quite creepy iron gate on it as well.
Anybody would like to say thank you?
Right. Whoa.
No harm.
Right, let's get some extra light on in here as well. You can't see anything. There we go. Is that any better? Yeah, that's better. So we've got these headstones and stuff, gravestones. There's a lot of fallen masonry on the floor. Oh, he's picking stuff up. Tristan, another name.
So, are you in here, Tristan? Are you with us now?
Oh,
I didn't mean to tread on you, Tristan. I'm sorry.
yeah, we apologise. There's more headstones here. Can you imagine if one of these says Tristan? There is a story that, story is actually true. I think in the 1960s, a young boy was exploring the ruins of Oxney Court, and he fell down the well, the old well of the estate, and died. In memory of
Gold.
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 Gold. Okay, what does that mean?
Tristan and gold.
Right, look behind you. I'm joking.
God.
He's gonna get me back, aren't you?
This is why Candice has gone to bed.
I know, she's actually scared, bless her. She went, I don't want you.
I said I'll turn it off, and she said, no, you're fine. And I was like,
Yeah, I think you might have scared her a bit, and she says she don't want us to really go up here and leave her on her own, so we won't stay here too long.
No.
But
This looks like marble.
I think it is. Yeah, some of the headstones are and stuff. And yeah, that looks like part of the tower and stuff up there. I mean, the amazing windows. Look at that. You know, the architecture of these buildings is amazing, and it's a shame nothing is being done to preserve this, because the ivy's slowly taking over, and look, it's just pulling the walls apart. It's a shame, really. I think it was like the private chapel of Oxney Court, the big estate, the house. So those lights over there, that's our camp, by the way. Nothing, Mark?
No, Tristan and gold, that's all we've had to say.
Tristan and gold, okay.
Nothing else.
Let's have a little walk around the chapel. So we've had a look inside. Look, this is the outside of that sort of tower, or the higher point of the chapel. Look at these old buttresses still here. Incredible. You've got to be careful coming around this side, because there are houses over there. Like I say, we're not really meant to be here. Huh? Yeah, that's our campsite. Mark, that's our campsite.
Okay, just checking. Jordan's just come up.
Jordan? That's not a very old name, that. So it's just random names that we get.
Cloud.
Cloud?
Jordan and Cloud.
Cloud?
C-O-C-L-O-U-D. Cloud.
Sure it's not giving us a weather forecast?
No.
If it's going to be cloudy in the morning. As long as it's not raining, I'm not fussed. The creepy thing about here is there's loads of like depressions in the ground, like rectangular depressions, and I thought they could be like the remains of graves where the ground has sunk down.
Oh, erase.
Erase.
Jordan Cloud erase.
Erase. Is it saying I should erase the footage?
Does this mean you don't want time to film? Is this what we're indicating to us?
Oh. Here we are around the other end. This is I think where the altar would have been, this end of the chapel. This is where those memorials and stuff on the floor were. The other side, this wall. I mean, it's done pretty well to survive this long with no restoration work done on it and stuff. It has got a preservation order. It is a listed monument, as it should be. Oh, unclear.
Unclear. Jordan erase unclear.
Tristan as well.
Yeah.
What are they unclear about?
Holy. Holy.
That's holy.
Holy.
So we're on holy ground.
We are on holy ground.
This is pretty cool. Look, you can see the corner stonework there. The windows are amazing. Like,
Holy section.
holy section. It's all a bit random, isn't it?
Yes.
Hang on, let me see what it's saying. It's alright.
Holy section.
I don't know what all that means. What's the camera bit mean? Does that mean you can take photos or something of that?
Yes, you
or
can, yeah.
what is like evidence or
I
something?
think so,
if
yeah.
it's-
Or maybe of that, yeah.
Yeah. Basically like a screenshot.
Yeah, but I haven't done any of that.
No. That's a little look at the chapel. I'll try and show you more in the morning, in the daylight and stuff. And we'll pop back up here. But we better head back to the tents because Candice was getting a little bit scared being on her own. So,
I just want to say thank you very much for your responses.
yep.
And we'll be leaving you now, and we'll be signing off. And we just wish you good night.
Thank you for not arse raping us as well.
And thank you very much for your responses. We appreciate
Yeah.
it, both of us. And you look after yourselves and sleep well yourselves, if that's what you do.
You know what? For Mark's conduct with the ghosts and stuff alone makes this video worthwhile. It's brilliant.
I don't know if it's coming back to me.
Well, I know you'll be fine. I reckon. Honestly. Anyway, let's get back to the tents. I'm not scared, honest. No. Some poos come out. What, me?
Yeah.
It's like Blair Witch Project, this. Alan? Alan! Alan! No, Alan's not here. Right, and there we are. We're back at the tents anyway. You alright? We're back. I'm going to get in the OEX Puma 2 now with Candice. Mark's got his, where is it? You can't see his tent too well. It's that stealthy. His, what is it again? The Nature Hike Tagger 1. So how much does it weigh?
1.5 kilograms.
It's very light, very light. And how much did you pay for it?
About £80.
£80.
3 weeks from China.
3 weeks from
I had
China.
to wait for it to come over.
That's not bad. So let's have a little look at the porch first. The porch is a quite spacious little porch.
It is, yeah. I mean, I haven't got it pegged out properly, but it'll do for the time being.
Yeah.
Just for tonight.
And it's
There's another one on the other side, a vestibule you called it?
oh, there's a little vestibule like the Helm One's got, where you can store your
unzip it in
gear.
a half circle.
And yeah, quite a big porch, about the same size as the Helm One. And look at this pole section as well, like how that
It just
works
sits
as well.
inside, just on that plastic at the top there, and pulls out the top.
It's clever, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. So it's without the need for like a full pole coming through here like the Helm One's got, so it saves weight in that department. Anyway,
All aluminium poles.
aluminium poles, good.
You've got enough for your sleeping bag. There's room at the top and the bottom, because I've got my rucksack at the bottom of my feet.
Yeah. There we go. Was you not got your vibrator and stuff in here?
No, there's none of that.
No,
Not today.
none of that.
That's
No.
for another camp.
It's got the handcuffs in here though somewhere.
Pink ones.
Pink ones, pink fluffy ones.
I've got me pillar that goes everywhere with me.
Oh yeah, and then
and there's actually plenty of space.
there's a little pocket up the back there. That's the one pocket you get to store stuff in, and there is a light loop up the top in there.
Yep.
Hang on, I might have to go in there. Where is it?
Somewhere.
Oh, somewhere. It's up there somewhere. Yeah. And you got, what sleeping bag have you got?
Oh, I've got the Fathom 400.
OEX.
Yep, OEX.
OEX Traverse sleeping pad as well.
Yep.
Same as what I've got tonight. I love that pad.
And I've just got my OEX half pad, which I can't remember the name of.
Oh, you got a half pad as well?
Yeah.
There.
And then I've got my...
2 inflatables, Mark. Always a good night out if you've got 2 inflatables. Anyway, sorry.
And I've also got my reflective
silver mat down there as well.
Yep.
That's nice, isn't it? It's good.
And then you've got this here, which...
It's like a bathtub floor almost, look.
Yeah, that's right.
Really good little tent, yeah. Be interesting to see what your thoughts are on it in the morning. And yeah, it has got guy lines. They're luminous, so you can sort of see in the dark when you go for a piss and you don't trip over them. Although I saw Mark's got an Oasis bottle in there. Always good for pissing in. It's the wide neck, you see. You need the wide neck, ladies and gentlemen.
You don't really want to get out in the middle of the night, do you?
Yeah, you just slot the old chap in there and stuff.
But yeah, the guide ropes are bright yellow, so I won't be using them. I'll be changing them for my normal dark green ones.
Good idea.
They're this colour. They're proper luminous.
Oh, very bright.
Everybody will be able to see it from miles.
Yeah, it is a nice little tent. I mean, look at the profile of that. It's like slender. It's an interesting shape. I mean, the poles I think are pretty cool on the top there. How that works. Yeah. Air vent on this side. So there's an air vent there. Have you got another air vent or?
Yeah, they're actually either side at the bottom, but you can't see them.
Right. That's quite cool. That's a nice little.
That's the only air vent.
It's another little gem from Nature Hike. They seem to be like the outdoors brand that's putting out a lot of good stuff, and a lot of people buying them. You know, like the Lanshan 1 and 2, all that stuff. Yeah. Nearly bought one of those the other day on eBay actually, and I resisted the urge. Yeah. So that's nice little tent. Anyways, right. I think we'd better hit the hay. So
good night.
Good night,
Sleep
Mark.
well.
Sleep well, and just scream if you need us.
Thank
you know.
you, will do.
I'll chat to you in the tent next. Okay, so I'm inside the tent now. I've got loads of room I can set up, and I'm not even encroaching on Candice's side of the tent. She's in a sleeping bag, all toasty and warm. So I'm going to have this pasta bolognese army ration pack meal. So minced beef with pasta and tomato sauce. I've had this before, it's one of the best ones, really good. I just need like a warm meal really before I go to sleep. Now I can actually cook this inside the tent. Enough yakking, let's get snacking. Okay, I've eaten my very late dinner. It was lovely, it's just what I needed. I've stuck 3 hand warmers in the foot box of my sleeping bag, and I've got one in like the little breast pocket of the sleeping bag as well. Got softy trousers on. It's meant to get down as low as 6 degrees Celsius tonight. Just checked the weather, and the rain has stopped. It's just cloudy now until about 10-11 AM tomorrow morning. So we've got really lucky with the weather. We thought we was going to have rain all night and all morning, and yeah, it's changed. So the road down below us is still noisy, but it's not too bad really. There's a little bit of a breeze outside, but it's not too bad. And most important of all, we've had no ghosts or anything. But we're toasty warm in here, so we're gonna get some sleep. And if nothing of interest happens overnight, then we'll see you in the morning. Yeah, anyway, time to get some sleep. Good night, everyone. Hopefully we'll see you in the morning. Good night. Morning all. It's 7 AM. So we slept okay. We sort of, I think, all slept on and off. I had a night terror, nightmare, whatever you want to call it, at about 3 AM. Woke all of us up. I'll give you the general gist of it. I thought me and Candice were camping in a wood under an open tarp in bivvy bags, and I kept thinking that I could hear voices and noises in the wood, and she was like, no, you can't hear nothing, go to sleep, just because it's haunted, you're letting it play on your mind. And then suddenly I heard a running, and something run past the tent, or run past the tarp, and then I started going like that and freaking out. You know when you're scared and you can't actually make any proper noises, you just, it's like, I don't know, like a subconscious noise that your brain just makes, just like to alert people of like impending doom. But luckily Candice caught it in time and just sort of shook me awake, and I was alright then. And then I was just laughing about it for ages, which woke Mark up. So yeah, it was, and literally my heart was killing me afterwards, because it freaked me out so much. It's actually a really nice spot to wild camp. The road is annoying. I mean, the road's literally not far away. And there were times during the night where it was quiet, where it did go quiet for like a couple of minutes, but that was it, and it was really quiet then. The nearby dog kennels started up as well early, and I think one dog was just like barking more than all the others. I mean, either side of the night terror, I slept really well. I kept sleeping on my arms though, and they kept going dead, so I had to keep rolling over, getting the circulation back into them, stuff like that. I need to get some breakfast on the go though, and a hot drink definitely. I can feel the chill outside, but it's been really nice and warm in here. So yeah, it's time to see what the day has brought us. Mark's here.
Hello, good morning everybody.
And how was the tent?
It was really nice actually. I thought it was damp, but I just think that might have been my imagination, because it wasn't damp in there at all, and there was no condensation, nothing.
Loads of room?
There was stacks of room. I didn't realise it was quite that big in size.
Yeah.
It was really nice to use, and it's quite stealthy as well. It's not that tall.
Yeah, there it is. There's his little tent in the morning. It's a nice tent, that. It is, yeah, I suppose when you think about it, it's like a Helm 1 without the middle pole, but it's still sort of got a little pole at the top. So, there's our tent, and yeah, we're just sat under under the Halloween tarp. The chapel is just through there, just right where I'm pointing. You can see one of the walls of the chapel, so we're literally not far from it at all. It's been a great success. So I'm going to show you the chapel now in the daylight and how close we were to it. So off we go. Right, try not to get lost. It's such a dense woodland, this. It's very easy just to sort of lose your way, especially in the dark. But I mean, even during the daytime, it's still not very clear. As I say, there's no public right of way through here, so there's no footpaths or anything. And you might just be able to make it out. There's like a window there of the chapel, and then our camp is just there where Mark and Candice are.
Oxney Bottom lies about halfway between Deal and Dover in Kent. It has been called the most haunted place in Kent. The dark, forbidding woodland, with its ivy-covered trees and thick undergrowth, seems to hold many secrets. A ruined church, an ancient stately home, strange trenches, and rumour that it was once the site of a village. The Dover Road winds its way through these woods, and the tortuous curves have been the site of many accidents. Drivers have reported seeing an old woman dressed in grey hobbling along beside the road, or of swerving to avoid hitting her. She is even reputed to have boarded a double-decker bus. This grey lady is the focus of much of the mystery. Earlier ghosts are said to include that of a gallant highwayman who was hanged in chains following his capture in the 18th century. The Romans landed near here at Deal in 54 BC, and local lore has it that a massacre of the ancient Britons occurred in this valley, and also at Knight's Bottom outside Kingsdown. Roman artefacts and a body were discovered at nearby Martin Mill at the beginning of the 20th century, and the relics were actually kept by the Banks family at Oxney Court. The Romans had made their camps in these locations and were unsuccessfully attacked at night by the local inhabitants with great loss of life. These conflicts were just the beginning of the suppression of the indigenous British populace. Oxney, or as it was originally known, Oxene, eventually developed into a small settlement, or at least into a group of dwellings associated with a main house. Sir William de Auberville owned the parish of Oxney at the time of King Richard I, and in 1192 founded the abbey at West Langdon, with St Nicholas's Church at Oxney being a chapel of ease served by the abbey. This meant that the tiny church served the needs of the owners and workers of the estate. Besides the stone structure of the church, there would have been some rustic wooden outbuildings for the 1 or 2 monks that administered it. These could have consisted of some sleeping cells, a refectory and kitchen, and a solarium. Possibly the main landowner's house was at the location of Oxney Court. Although the main part of the building dates from the 12th century, fairly extensive alterations were made in the 13th century, including the rebuilding of the west wall with a large pointed arch window. At a later date, 3 buttresses were added to reinforce this wall. In 1535, the abbey at Langdon was dissolved during the Reformation in the reign of Henry VIII. It was at this time that the royal commissioners ransacked abbeys, cathedrals and churches, removing any purported evidence of papistry and idolatry, and many religious establishments were destroyed or given away as royal favours. The tiny settlement of Oxney lost its church, which was dedicated to St Nicholas. There has been mention of some sort of anti-religious backlash at Oxney. Following the years of abandonment, the open ruins were reconsecrated as a family burial ground for the residents of nearby Oxney Court during the late 19th century. Apparently the grave sites were originally quite elaborate, some having carved alabaster busts of the interred family members, as well as the headstones and memorial slabs that survive today. St Nicholas's Church at Oxney has probably faced a greater threat to its existence in the last 30 years than at any time since its original desecration in 1535. Vandals have caused harm to the walls of the original structure, and there are disturbing reports of the headstones having been moved as well as damaged. It is even possible that dark rituals have been practiced within the ruins in the past. Various investigators have mentioned seeing a monk in the vicinity of the church of St Nicholas. This is possibly an apparition relating to the early history of this building, when it was administered by the Premonstratensian monks of West Langdon Abbey before the Reformation. There is at least one account of a stagecoach and horses appearing on the road that runs through Oxney Bottom, that careened wildly across the road before disappearing into the trees, following a road that no longer exists. This was seen by a group of American GIs driving back to their base just before D-Day. During World War II in 1942, an escaped Italian POW had the misfortune to die in the woods near the chapel. When his body was found, he had an expression of sheer horror etched on his face. In the 1970s, a naval commander hanged himself from a tree in Oxney Woods. Although it is known that a child fell to his death in the well of the then abandoned manor house in the 1960s, happily it appears that he is at rest and does not haunt the area. Strange childlike cries have been reported in the woods at night, and are more likely to be the sounds of the dogs at the nearby kennels. The subsequent abandonment of the building left it as an easy target for free building supplies, such as the roof tiles and lead waterproofing. As a result, any wood structuring would have rotted away in very little time, and any outbuildings would have crumbled away too. It is recorded by Hasted that in 1759 the remains of the church had a thatched roof, and it was being used as a barn. The adjacent dwellings had simply disappeared in the 17th century. Was it a result of plague or some other disaster? Most likely, any dwellings here would have been associated with the church or nearby Oxney Court, so the loss of the church and expansion of the big house would have made them obsolete. The stone walls of the old church survived a fire that destroyed the roof and any remaining wood structuring. I can just sort of see, just through the trees, you can see there mine and Candice's tents. That shows you how close we were to the chapel. Probably less than 100 metres easily. 50 metres, I don't know. I'm not good with distances and maths. I particularly like this gate and this archway and the windows. I think this side of the chapel is probably the best preserved and probably the most interesting. I really wanted to sort of camp here. I was tempted by the idea of it because that would have made such a cool thumbnail. I'd click on it anyway. Yeah, but to be fair, it was kind of nicer over there. It was a bit more relaxed. You know, here would have been really, really creepy. Gonna head back to camp now, and we've started packing away a few bits already, so we honestly didn't really see or hear anything last night, and I'm not really a believer of it. I'd like to believe, but I've just not really seen any evidence yet that's kind of made me think otherwise. But I thought coming here we was possibly going to see or hear something. I just had a feeling, and we didn't. So, you know, but the whole ghost detector thing that Mark downloaded, that was just for a laugh, a bit of fun, just to kind of take the piss out of the whole idea of it. But it actually,
it actually provided us with a bit of entertainment, and we was kind of getting into it, even if we believed it or not. We was sort of going along with it, and yeah, it was quite good. But don't worry, I'm not gonna do ghost hunting anytime soon. I'm interested in ghosts. I'm interested in the history surrounding like ghosts and the places they haunt and stuff like that. But do I believe? I don't know really. I actually, in some ways, felt a sense of like peace and comfort here. It didn't really feel. I didn't feel threatened or anything. I felt quite comfortable and quite safe, and you know, I sat with my back to the chapel for quite a lot of the time last night, and felt quite at ease really. It was nice. Take one last look at camp. Ta-da! Leave no trace. So we're all packed up, we're ready to go. We've got the stuff down sort of near the roadside there. Two of us are going to go and get Mark's car, bring that back, we'll load the stuff up. One of us will stay with the gear, probably me, and then we'll be heading off, probably to find a cafe for another bit of breakfast. So that was the end of my Halloween wild camp for 2019. It's been a success actually. We've not seen anyone, we didn't get caught, we got to do everything we wanted to do. The weather was actually okay in the end. I mean, the rain stopped and then it allowed the tents to kind of dry out really. So it's been, you know, an easy morning really. I want to say a big thank you to Mark and Candice for making all this happen.
Oh, brilliant.
It's been really good, isn't it?
Yeah,
we've had a really good time. Another memorable Halloween camp, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I hope you enjoyed the history of Oxney Bottom Woods and the chapel. Whether you think it's haunted or not, it's open to debate. We haven't seen or heard anything really, despite Mark's ghost detector.
That was very good actually.
It was a
It
laugh.
came up with a few words, didn't it?
Yeah, whether it was ghosts or not, yeah, but it was still fun anyway. So, until next time, stay safe, take care of each other, look after yourselves, get out there, explore everyone, and we'll see you again soon. Happy Halloween. Bye. Mark is going to say goodbye to the ghost of Oxney Bottom Wood.
Right. Thank you very much for a nice camp, and we appreciate everything that you did and come through to us last night with all the different names. And we just want to say thank you. And just to leave you in peace now for everything you've done. And we may see you another time, but it won't be very soon. So if you'd like to say goodbye to us maybe, you don't have to, but if you'd like to, it'd be very nice, because we'll go away from here knowing that we haven't done any harm. Or perhaps we have left you in peace and you're not responding because you're content with what we've done here and left no trace.
Maybe you're having a lay in, it's Sunday.
It's true.
Or they're in church.
In the chapel.
In a chapel.
And there's no bleeps.
Oh, there's bleeps. Near you.
Oh! The hairs on my arm standing on end.
Yeah, can you, Derek Akora?
Perhaps they're close by. So
you'll say anything else?
No, they'll probably just come over to say thank you. That's why they're near us. Thank you, and we'd all like to say goodbye to you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Rest in peace. And they're gone. Good app.